Looks like some sort of puzzle? Is this a history of the Overseers? That's the group the Admiral was talking about back in the cave. Why does Reuben have this? The first record dates back to the 16th century. A group of rulers from Europe formed a secret alliance to bring their countries wealth and power. Is this real? Odd. The pages at the end look fairly new compared to the rest of the book. Were they added recently?
Carla, there's one more thing. I wanted to... Carla, that book. How? Why do you have this book?
While investigating the vault, it caught my eye and I took it with me.
There are a bunch of books there. What made this one so special?
Its emblem. The question is, why do you have a book on the Overseers?
How do you know that name?
The Admiral and I found an eye emblem while investigating the sniper incident. He recognized the emblem and told me a story about the Overseers.
I see. Well, this doesn't have anything to do with what's been going on. So why don't you give me the book and we forget about this?
You're obviously hiding something. Maybe you're an Overseer yourself.
What? No, I would never be a part of a group so rotten to the core. Genie!
Did she hurt herself?
Hey there, you okay? Genie, no! We need to get the book back before she tears it apart.
So it is important.
You want the truth? You'll get it. But only after we get the book back.
Good. That's all I wanted from the start. Any idea where Genie could have taken the book?
Usually, whatever she steals ends up in her stash back at Genitica Keep.
All right, let's go. I don't see Genie anywhere.
Still, she might have been here to hide the book in her stash.
I guess it's worth making sure. Give me a moment. Nothing. No book in sight.
If the book isn't here, Genie is probably still in the vents.
Any way to get her out?
In theory, we could flush her out through Haven's ventilation system. Fortunately for us, she has a GPS device on her, so we can track her movements. All we're really missing is the GPS receiver.
Where is it? I'll bring it.
It should be in the laboratory. In the meantime, I'll prep everything in the control room. We'll access the ventilation system through there.
Sounds good. I need a key card to unlock it. I think that's the one. I should bring it to Reuben. I've got the receiver. What do you want me to do with it?
Connect it to the port on the table next to me. Great. I think that's it. Now, we just need to get Genie out.
What's the plan?
With the GPS receiver, we can see where she is in the vents. If we shift the airflow in them, we can guide Genie out. But I'll need a hand with this. The system requires 2 people to operate fully.
All right, let's give it a try. I need to use the fans to guide Genie out. Genie's blocking the way. 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 She's out.
Good job. Genie should have come out in Genitica Keep.
Let's get that book back.
Carla, I'll distract Genie. You grab the book from her.
Let's see how this plays out. It actually looks like a fun playground. I need to wait until her guard is down. I've got the book, but Genie didn't seem very happy about it.
She'll be fine. More importantly, the book is safe and sound now.
Then it's a good time to start talking.
Very well. I won't go back on my word. What do you want to know about the book on the Overseers?
Tell me what you know about the Overseers.
Well, the book you're holding contains their early history. They are a very old, secretive, and powerful group of people. They are as rotten inside as outside. To be honest, what I told you earlier about why your mom left me wasn't the full story. Back then, the group who terrorized us both was them, the Overseers.
If I remember your story correctly, you were a part of them.
Everything I said before was true. I left as soon as I realized what type of organization it was. But the story didn't end there. The harassment didn't stop, and the Overseers basically buried my business. My startup company was on the verge of collapsing.
Obviously, it didn't stop you from building your business empire in the end.
That's because I struck a deal with them.
What did you agree to? It must have been quite a negotiation.
I'm not proud of this, but I promised them 10% of yearly revenue from my company. Every year, I wire them money masked as donations to charities.
Hold on a second. When we found your ledger in the abandoned house, the pages with charitable donations were missing. Is it related to the Overseers?
Carla, please don't make me answer this question.
You don't need to tell me. I'm sure I can put 2 and 2 together.
Fine. It's probably for the best if I tell you myself. The donations missing from the ledger were the ones I sent to the Overseers. I kept you from the full message left in the ledger, too. It said, "Thanks for the money."
Then it means that the culprit is an Overseer. Reuben, this is huge.
It doesn't tell us who the culprit is, only that we are dealing with people more powerful than I thought.
Is there any way we can stop them for good?
That's where the book comes in. By itself, it isn't as important. I believe most of the members have a copy of it. but I keep a list of names in this one. The list is a combined effort of an over 2 decades-long investigation. I was able to track down most of the members, except for the top branch.
Why haven't you given it to the police, the government, or anyone at all for that matter?
Without knowing a single member at the top of the chain, there's no point. If we try to cut off a limb, they'll just grow it back and be more cautious next time.
There must be something we can do about them.
Let's cross that bridge when we get there. First of all, I'm more worried about what the culprit will do next. Given how close they are to getting all the information on the Genitica formula, they might do something radical. I prefer that you get something to protect yourself.
What do you have in mind?
Nothing specific, as long as it can knock a person out if worse comes to worst.
Did Lucas have anything I could use?
No, we kept the gun only as a safety precaution. We never really had any security issues before on the island. I'll contact Sam. He's always been cautious. He probably brought some self-defense equipment to the island.
Are you sure we can trust the Admiral?
Samuel is a lot of things, but an overseer is not one of them. Of that, I am certain. I'll text him now to meet up with you.
What will you do?
I'll run another sweep of Haven. I want to make sure we didn't miss any of the hidden cameras. All right. He texted me back. He's going to meet you in the boathouse. I'll get in touch if anything else comes up.
Okay, stay safe.
You too.
Miss Page, mind explaining why Reuben wants to arm you for self-defense? Why now?
I'll explain everything afterward. But first, I prefer to get what I came here for.
Very well, but you owe me some answers. Now, I did bring some self-defense equipment to the island, but unfortunately, I left all of it in the boat when I arrived. If any equipment survived the fire, it should be lying at the bottom of the sea. I had pepper spray and a stun gun. Any preferences?
I think pepper spray would do the job just fine.
And why are you still standing here? Grab the diving suit. Time to get your hair wet. I'll hold the perimeter while you're down there.
Okay, I'll be back shortly. I guess the pepper spray is out of the question.
Well, did you find the pepper spray?
I sure did. Have a look at it.
You won't get much use out of it.
Thank you, Admiral. I'm quite aware of that myself.
What about the stun gun?
I didn't see it. I don't think it's down there.
Some of the boat remains washed ashore. Perhaps the stun gun did too.
Even if it's there, would it even work after falling to the bottom of the sea?
It should, as long as the box it's in didn't leak. Miss Page, if you want something to protect yourself with, it's the only option I see.
I hear you. We can try to look for it. Probably on the beach, right?
Only one way to find out.
It's missing a pearl. It's missing a pearl. It washed ashore, as you said.
Good, but it's not a toy, Miss Page. Be careful with it.
I think I can handle it.
For your sake, I hope you will. Now, let's head back to the mansion. I'd like to get those answers you promised.
Sure.
Now then, why don't you get me up to speed on the situation?
The culprits sabotaged the beacon in the lighthouse.
I did notice the light was gone. I figured there was a malfunction.
All of it was only to distract Reuben and me from Haven. The culprit broke in and stole files on Genitica.
Are you telling me they have everything they need?
No, but they are really close. Reuben's worried about the culprit's next move to get the last piece of the Genitica formula. That's why he wanted me to get something for self-defense.
We cannot let the culprit get their hands on the formula.
The culprit won't get it. We'll make sure of that. Oh, I think Reuben texted me.
What's wrong?
The last file has gone missing.
The last file? What does that mean?
Reuben had 3 files into which all the research on Genitica was split. If the last file is gone, it must mean that the culprit has all of them now.
Where is Reuben? We need to meet up with him ASAP.
1 second, I'll text him. He's in the security office.
Let's go. Reuben, Miss Page brought me mostly up to speed on the situation. I need confirmation from you. Does the culprit have all the information on Project Genitica?
I believe so.
God damn it. This is a matter of national security. We need to get those documents back immediately.
I know. I'm just trying to piece together how they found the last file.
Did you keep the 3rd file in the security office?
Yes. A couple of weeks ago, I asked Lucas to hide it in his room.
First things first, we need to establish a time frame during which the file was stolen. When was the last time you confirmed the file's location?
Today, early in the morning.
So it must have been taken rather recently. All right, I'll have a look around. Maybe I'll find something that could give us a hint.
We should all keep our eyes peeled.
This brooch, it's Mrs. Bird's. She wears it all the time.
When we spoke with her this morning, she was wearing it, wasn't she?
Back in the parlor? Yes. I believe Georgiana had the brooch on her.
If it is her brooch, she must have been here at some point during the day.
And she might have seen something.
I'll go and speak with her.
You go and do that, Miss Page. I'd like to ask Q a few questions myself. It's for the best if we split up to cover more ground.
Why do you want to question him?
I saw Q hanging around the garden during the day. I find the boy suspicious after all the lies he spouted about me.
Sam, knowing your relationship with Q, I don't think it's a good idea to leave the two of you alone.
Good point, Reuben. You should be there with them. You know, just in case.
Right. It's probably for the best. Sam, I'm coming with you.
Suit yourself.
Since that's settled, mind returning the brooch to me? I'll give it back to Mrs. B.
Right. Of course. Carla, let's meet up back in the dining hall after.
Roger that. Mrs. B, do you have a moment?
Of course, dear. I'm always here for you.
You were in Lucas's room today, right?
Yes, I was. How did you know?
I found your brooch in his room. Actually, you can have it back.
Oh my. I guess I did lose it while I was in Lucas's room.
Could you tell me why you were in there?
Of course, dear. I was doing my daily cleaning routine, and you might think it's a bit silly of me, but I usually spend some time speaking with Lucas while I'm there, too. I feel like it's the only place where he can hear me. But Carla, what is this really about?
Something was stolen from Lucas's room. I'm trying to figure out who could have done it.
Oh no. I hope it wasn't anything important.
It kinda was, but I'm giving my best efforts to get it back.
Dear, if you have any other questions, please don't be shy. I'll help in any way I can.
Maybe you saw someone suspicious during the day?
I did see a few people around while cleaning, but nothing that I could say was now that I think about it, I did see Jack sneaking around in the basement hall. At the time, I didn't think much of it. Figured he was sneaking more snacks out of the fridge. But now...
I think I got it. Thank you, Mrs. B. That was really helpful.
I'm glad I could help.
I should meet up with Reuben and the Admiral in the dining hall.
Sam, I'm glad I didn't let you go alone.
What are you talking about? He would have answered the questions just fine without you. Carla, did you talk with Mrs. Bird?
I did.
So, do you think we should put her on the list of suspects?
Not really. The only thing linking her to the crime is the brooch, which basically proves nothing. But she did give me another lead to follow. She saw Jax lurking around in the basement hall during the day.
Interesting. Q also mentioned that Jax was acting odd. Around the afternoon, he saw Jax entering his suite, said it looked like he was hiding something behind his jacket.
Apparently, Jax was coming in and out of his room rather often.
Did you speak with Jax about it?
No, not yet. We wanted to meet up with you first.
Since we're all here and caught up, why don't we go and pay a visit to Mr. Trainer?
Let's start at his suite.
Jax, let us in.
Maybe he's not in?
He might be hiding out. There's only one way to know for sure.
Seems a bit excessive, Sam, don't you think?
You can send me the bill later. Let's go in.
Great job, Sam. He's not here.
If not for me, we wouldn't have known that.
We probably could have used one of the windows to get in.
Miss Page, do I look like someone who'd crawl through a window?
Excuse me for trying to be resourceful.
Right. Well, Jax is probably somewhere in the mansion. We should split up and look for him.
You guys go ahead. I'll take a look around his room. There might be something here that can explain his behavior. Let me know once you find him.
Will do.
Jax, what are you up to? That's Janet's diary. Did Jax take it from her room? There has to be something else in here. No more clues here. Looks like Jax threw himself quite a pity party. I should grab a photo, just in case. Oh, I just got a text message.
We found him like this. He's completely knocked out.
That explains the empty bottle in his room.
Why on earth would he drink himself into a coma?
I think I have a pretty good idea. Reuben, I found a diary back in his suite. Take a look. It's Janet's. He probably read it.
Janet shared with me some of her thoughts about Jack's way of living before. Nothing pretty there. But they'd already split up. It shouldn't have made him spiral out of control like this.
It's the icing on the cake. I didn't tell you, but a few nights ago, Jack slept with Margot. Yesterday, he confessed to Janet.
Jax, why do you make such stupid choices in life?
From the looks of it, he seems remorseful.
People, this is getting us nowhere. It's highly unlikely that this mess is our culprit.
Perhaps, but he might have seen something during the day.
We should at the very least try to sober him up. Well, until he can speak again.
Any bright ideas on how we can do that?
I have some electrolyte tablets down in the wine cellar. It could help him recover a bit fast. Though, even if he drinks them, it will take some time.
It's better than nothing.
The longer we wait, the more time we give the culprit to do God knows what. We need to restrain the culprit somehow.
Okay, but do you have a plan on how to stop them?
No, not at the moment.
I think I have an idea. We should gather everyone into the dining hall. This way, we'll limit the culprit's movements and have eyes and ears on everyone.
With everyone in the same place, we might just be able to figure out who the culprit is.
I guess we don't have much of a choice.
Then it's settled. Sam, let's move Jackson to the dining hall. I'll text everyone to come there too. Carla, in the meantime, could you go grab the electrolyte tablets from the wine cellar?
I'm on it. I should probably prep it too. I need a glass of water. Kitchen it is. There might be some clean glasses in the dishwasher. Halfway there. Now to fill it up with water and drop one of the tablets in. Done and done. All that's left is to get Jax to drink it. I've prepped the electrolyte drink.
Excellent. Pass it over. I'll make sure Jax drinks every single drop of it. Miss Page, help me sit him up straight.
Sure.
I need the glass empty, boy. Time to prove your mettle. Good job.
Well, I guess it'll be some time before it takes effect.
Don't hold your breath. Reuben, when is everyone getting here?
I just sent the last message. Hopefully, they'll be here soon.
What happened to Jax? Is he all right?
One too many drinks by the look of it.
Disregarding the lump of flesh on the table? Mind explaining what we're all doing here?
I will once everyone's here. But we are missing Janet.
Did she reply to your messages?
No, I'm getting worried.
Has anyone seen Janet recently?
See, I saw her in the backyard earlier. She did look a bit upset.
Q, why didn't you say anything when we spoke with you before?
I'm sorry, senor. I didn't think it was important.
Did you see where she was headed?
See, Miss Janet went into the jungle for a walk.
And she didn't come back?
I don't know.
All right. Everyone, I'd like for all of you to stay in this room for the time being. I'll explain everything afterward.
Of course, Reuben. If we must.
We'll stay here, dear.
Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Carla, could you come with me to search for Janet?
Of course.
Sam, please keep an eye on everyone until we come back.
You can count on me.
Thank you. Carla, let's go.